and he actually answers it. It's amazing, and very, very responsive. You guys do a great job. I would like for you to comment. I know the mayor stole a little bit of it, but on the stats and just what you see going on in the area.
Good evening. It's always a pleasure for me to be in a room full of Jacksonians. And I appreciate the comments, the compliments that the mayor gave me. I can't say whether or not I'm the best chief in the nation, but what I can tell you is I'm trying to be. And I can tell you something else. I know that I'm the most dedicated. There is nobody that loves Jackson any more than I do. I was born here, I was raised here, I raised my kids here. I have no intention of going anywhere. When I die, they're going to bury me somewhere in the city limits of Jackson. Now, let me just a couple other things. We've had some success with our crime numbers. And it all starts with a person that Dale just mentioned, who I think is one of the best commanders around, that's James McGowan. And James McGowan, being commander of this precinct, is one of the smartest moves I've ever made. I also would like to say, and I've said this to the men and women of the police department, and then I've said it over and over again, and I will say it to you. Our goal, and I really don't know who recognizes these things, but our goal is to be the best police department in the country. You know why? Because you deserve it. And anybody who is not interested in being the best, I'm not interested in having them on the police department. Now, strategically, we've done a couple of things. Quite frankly, down through the years, we've done a pretty good job of combating crime, but what we haven't been very good at is customer service. It does us no good to go out and capture folks, and then you call downtown, want an update on your case, and you get transferred to different places, right? So we are working to improve that situation. I've said to the men and women in the patrol cars and our people in the dispatch center, you only have one time to make a first impression. And somebody's opinion about the entire police department, and in some cases the entire city, could be formed by the dialogue, the interaction you have with that citizen. So we're telling them that, and we're making them understand just how crucial that is. We want to be responsive, because really, folks, it's not all that complicated. When you call, we come. In a timely manner. That's all it's about. It's about customer service and understanding why you are here, and that is to be a servant of the people. From a strategic standpoint, we've had some success in reducing our numbers by forming partnerships. We work very well with the surrounding police agencies. And one of the most significant things that has benefited, especially this part of Jackson, is a partnership that we made with our federal law enforcement partners. Y'all know, just like I know, that one of the biggest problems that we have in combating crime in Hines County is repeat offenders. And if any of y'all know the United States Attorney for this district, his name is Gregory Davis. Next time you see him, pat him on the back and tell him job well done, and I'm going to tell you why. Greg and I had a conversation back at the beginning of the summer, end of the spring, about targeting certain individuals that were repeatedly committing crimes and repeatedly getting out of jail. I mean, it's amazing. We could be sitting around in meetings, crime goes down, so-and-so must be in jail. True. Crime goes up, so-and-so must be out. It's amazing. I mean, it's not all that complicated. So what we did was, we partnered. Greg set up what we call a surge operation. We started at the 1st of June. That not only meant we went out and locked some of these people up, but here's the key thing. were able to get them into the federal system. Does anybody know what that really means? In the federal system, if you get 10 years, we'll see you in 10 years. It's day for day. And they may send you to Minnesota or somewhere to serve your sentence. So you won't be laying up in the cut talking on a cell phone. And we believe that some of the people that we got into the federal system, and we're continuing to do this, gave us a lot of relief, and we saw the numbers go down. But let me tell you how this is closing. It's not just about numbers. Because each person that gets victimized is a walking, talking person who not only has to go through that, but may be traumatized for years. What the numbers does, it tells us whether or not the strategies that we're working, that we have are working or not. But we understand there's a fear factor in this city. I'm not afraid. You're here, so I know you're not afraid. As Jacksonians, we will not be afraid. People will conform to us. We will not conform to deviant behavior. And beside all this, all the customer service, and all the outreach that we do, let me be very clear. If you commit a crime, we're going to come and put you in jail. Trust me. What I would like for y'all to do, or continue to do, is support us. And understand, and always remember, that there are three parts to the criminal justice system. Law enforcement, the courts, and the prison system. I put people in jail. That's what I do. I know how to do that when I know how to do anything. And I'm dedicated because I understand that's part of the process. So we're very happy to be here among you. We're dedicated to the task. Yeah, I got called a couple of hours and got told to be out here. You know, it was short notice, but you know what? I don't care. Because that's what I do. You call, I come. Lieutenant Freeman here with me. I don't know if you want to take a couple of minutes. I can take some questions, or you want to move on. I'm good anyway.
Lieutenant Freeman has some stats.
Yes, come on, Keith.
With all the people who got up before you to speak tonight, I'm very humbled to present to you some information from Precinct 4. But before I get into that, I just want to tell you, and this is honest from my heart, I'm very proud to put on this uniform and serve each and every one of you every day. And I'm just as proud to serve with the many men and women who put on this uniform. And there's nobody on the police department more dedicated, that put in more hours and more concern about Jackson and the police department than Chief Vance and Commander James McGowan. I promise you that. They put in a lot. Where two men put in as many hours and is so dedicated to their job. I'm very proud to work with them and to serve them as well as you. And let me go back many years ago. We worked together in different capacities, and he would get up and give roll calls. Some of the things that he said and continues to do today have stuck with me. Yes, he's my boss. The mayor's my boss. But truly, who our boss is, you are, because we serve you. And I appreciate it, I really do. I'm from Jackson, and it means a lot to me to be a police officer here. Getting to the numbers, and I'm gonna make it really quick, and the mayor touched on it. Precinct 4 is at a 22.8% reduction year to date. We're leading in the city from the other 4 precincts. So we're leading, and we're answering about 1,000 calls per week, and we're up to about 38,000 calls year to date. And just to give you an example of what goes on in our precinct, when a crime happens, Commander and I get together and we look at some things, and we get information from you all. As an example, one day we had a videotape of a car that pulled up to a house, broke into it. They had video of suspects running and getting back in their vehicle. We showed it to some of our officers. Within less than 8 hours, they have captured that person, and this goes on day in and day out in our precinct. And last week, for an example, also, we have made 8 felony arrests. This is the kind of dedication the men and women in Precinct 4 have, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you, and we will continue to reduce the crime in Jackson. And he don't even know this yet, but Friday we'll be sending our CompStat. It's our numbers. We crunch every week. And as I said, we're at a -%, and we're going to be another -% this week, Chief.
These guys work hard and are doing a great job, very responsive. All right, briefly, I'm going to give you the punch list. How did we,